Yes, Chef Bush soap.
Hi, I'm Sean Clark. Today I'm standing in front of Frank and Julia's house from the film Hellraiser. Welcome to Horror's Hallowed Grounds.
1, 2, 3, 4! Take it on your own time. Start my problem. Reason that you doesn't mean a fucking thing to me. Take your reasons and drive all night. Alright. Never cared what you said, just dumb and fine. Money and your attitude of gossip and your gratitude. And yeah, you're not my problem. I've got my problems. Go away, go away.
We start our adventure here. This is a set at Cricklewood Studios, but this will lead us to an actual location that is a train station just walking distance from Cricklewood, and that's where we're headed right now.
I beg your pardon.
See, there you go. I beg your pardon.
So this is where Kirsty and her dude come walking down the stairs here. It's obviously been completely redeveloped. This is Cricklewood Station,
We're not all.
platform 4.
Oh no.
Oh no?
Oh no.
And they come here. You can see it's changed a great deal. There's still a little archy thing right here. The camera pans this way. So right here is where they would be sitting, and the camera to shoot them from the front would have been pretty much where Rich is right now, and the bar would have continued over. So this is my buddy Rich. Buddy Rich, not the drummer, my pal Rich, let's say that, because Buddy Rich is a famous drummer. I don't know if you knew that. Anyway, he's sitting roughly where the camera would have been, where the bartender would have been when they shoot the shot of, what is her name again? Julia. Took me a second. So Rich is sitting basically where the bartender would have been. This would have been the bar here. And when they shoot the close-ups of Julia and the man she's abducting, it's looking in this direction. And you can see the stairs back there. You can see the doorway back there. And you can also see up there the top right, up there by the pillar. This room looks a lot bigger on camera in the movie than it does in person. But this is it. And the camera just kind of pans along here. But they basically would have been sitting right about here is where their chairs would have been. But this is awesome.
Not much fun, is it?
What?
Drinking alone.
Not much. I'm sorry, I'm new here. You're gonna have to wait. Could you not do that, please?
Where's the manager?
Now this location used to be called Broadway Pets. It's now like a supply store. This back area here is where I believe she walks the homeless guy out. You can see that door behind her. It used to be a glass door of some sort. Check it out again in this shot. Obviously things change in close to 40 years, but it looks like this was that back room. And then it cuts to the front of the building, and they have kind of, looks like they've just kind of washed out those front windows and door. But you can see it's a middle glass door and 2 side windows, just like we see here. Obviously been updated a bit though.
Brooklyn certainly wasn't any worse than this.
Now this is the one location I could not find. I called Ashley Lawrence, asked her about it. She does not recall if this was a set or if this was an actual restaurant. But she did tell me a pretty cool story. She said when she auditioned for the film, it was this scene she auditioned. And at the time, playing opposite her was Doug Bradley playing her father. Thought that was kind of a cool little story.
So we are on the dock where Kirsty is walking. Look at that. What is that? Is that a cat? What is that?
Well, that's a fox.
That's a fox?
Yeah.
No
Baby
way.
Fox. Confident one. There he goes.
Wow.
He's been scavenging.
Where the hell's that's?
Yeah. Don't know where he's come from. Not very rural around here.
Wow.
He's watching
Look
the
at that.
lake come past.
Wow.
I'd sit up there as well.
Wow.
It's a smile.
Wow. Got a tail like Mika. It's coming down towards us.
He's very confident up here.
Yeah. Wow, what a trip. So you see this behind Kirsty, this building here obviously was not there, but this is where it ended and water went this way. And you could see the, whatever you want to call those, look like a couple of nuts, a couple black nuts. But I believe there were a couple more of these right about here. And I think those are probably the ones she walked under. There used to be a railing that went along this, like a railroad track, where they could slide them along the shore and move them. And there were several other ones here, but these ones are now stationary. They used to be able to move them. But anyway, all of this was warehouse. And this actually appears later in the movie when she's running after she has the incident at the house and she's running with the box. It was the exact same buildings here. There was a little bit of a difference, is you could see part of a window in both shots. So one of the shots shooting up, when she's going under these, you could see a bit of a window from the warehouse that you see later in the film. Kind of tricky, but bottom line is this is the exact same location for those two shots. It's been completely changed. I mean, all the buildings over here have been torn out and redone. There used to be a power station over there that looks like the one from the Pink Floyd album Animals, which that one's Battersea Power Station, but that's still standing. That's not here. But this one looked a lot like it. It's long gone. And these are the things that she was walking under, these giant cranes. And as my friend Rich is filming over there, I'll show you real quick. You can see how these match up. So, see these here? She's walking under, like so. See, there's quite a few of them. Now you can see this building in the film. This is one of the only buildings that's still there. That bridge wasn't there. But see that building? You can see it when Kirsty is walking along this embankment. It's pretty cool, man. It's changed a lot though. This is modern day London, not the old school like before, but so you can see how far away now we are from that background, that area over there. So I believe these were much further down. So this is probably the area she was walking. They could have done some cuts to some of these a little further down. It's tricky with the camera angles, you know, looking at that building in the background. I think they're kind of walking like this, maybe. Walking along this way. You see that building? All of this across the way, these were all warehouses too. Now they were all identical looking houses. Oh, look at that. The lights just came on. I point at them and like magic, they come on. But this is it, man. Hellraiser. Kirsty's Walk. It's cool that there is still stuff here from it, but as I said, changed drastically.
Come to daddy.
So right here, this is the fence that Kirsty's walking along. She's in a daze. Now you'll see behind her there was a lot of like open concrete, empty lot you can see behind her that went back quite a ways. She walks continuously up to this point here, just a little ways away. She passes the nuns. See these electrical boxes in the background. And then it cuts to back over there where she collapses. Let's go see that now. So right here where these houses are was that empty lot that was all concrete. And she's walking past this area here. It's just down a ways further where the fence continues. But this is all new since 1987. According to a local that we had spoken to prior to visiting here, there was a car park right here, right where this building is. So directly across from this road, Pennine Drive, was a car park. And that's where he used to park his car. And that's what you see behind Kirsty when she collapses. And he said it was directly across from Pennine Drive, which would have put it right about here where she collapses. So down there is where I said Kirsty collapsed. Just to give you some perspective how far away the building was behind her and all this new construction she walks past. This is the building that was behind her, right here. You can match the windows and the chimneys. There's 6 windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see the chimneys. So right now I'm standing at 100 Cricklewood Lane, and this is the former location of Cricklewood Studios. All the interiors in Hellraiser were shot here. Inside this building, or a building that was standing here at one point, was all the interior shots from Hellraiser. All the cool effect stuff, Cenobite stuff, all in here. Now, people are getting pumped for something else, not horror, but they're getting pumped on life, fitness, all that stuff. Things I care nothing about. Has nothing to do with horror, unless it's maybe Death Spa, which is a great movie, underrated, check it out. But David Lloyd Club, formerly Cricklewood, little they know when they're sitting there bench pressing, could be right when Pinhead was doing his thing, you know? Right when Frank was getting torn to pieces, Jesus wept and all that, right in there. Pretty awesome. .55 Ludovico. This is the shot right here, the money shot, as we call it. This is the house from Hellraiser. Right down here is where the trinkets were left. And this is the front door. This is amazing. Wow. Hard to believe. It's changed quite a bit, but for the most part, it's very similar to what it is in the film. But on the inside, it's been completely renovated. Not the same house you see in the film. Very different. Huh?
That's a bonus.
Well, the gate's been open a lot lately. I don't know if anybody's actually in there. I mean, there is a car here.
I mean, dude, it's pissing down the rain. I mean, just take a chance for it to come out. I think at the moment, what we've gone through today, I think this could be a rock in the ocean for taking a little risk. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Just walk round. Is it actually accessible?
Yeah.
Nobody's coming out in the rain.
Oh. And there are security lights. Amazing. So one interesting thing about this location, it's been split up into like 3 different units. It's pretty much apartments now. I got some interior photos from an earlier listing, so you can see the house doesn't look anything like it did in the film, even though they did shoot inside there. But nowadays it looks very clean, very modern. You kind of want to hope that inside there it's all sketchy and there's bugs and Frank could come up through the floorboards, you know, but it's pretty nice actually. This is what the backyard looks like, if you've ever wanted to know. Or maybe it was here. It might have been a side door. It was a stained glass window. There's lights everywhere at this location. That's kind of cool lighting. Let's go with that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And remember, oh, come on, motion light. There we go. Gotta have the creepy light.
So here we are. This is the location of the final scene from Hellraiser. Now, this was a bitch to match up, and I give full credit to Paul Hollinshead for actually finding this location. But as you can see, the train tracks down here. I'm standing kind of underneath a hotel. This entire area has been built up. It's buildings everywhere. So the area where Kirsty and her boyfriend were standing, where the fire took place and everything, it's no longer there. That whole empty dirt lot is now a bunch of office buildings. But from this one section over here, you can see this building, which is in the far background of the scene. You can see all the lights and everything, and it's pretty awesome to be here, I have to say. So what we're gonna try to do now is get down to the lower level to where the actual, look at the train going by, to where the, kind of where they were standing, where you could see an overpass behind them, or what they call a flyaway, I believe they call here in the UK. You can see that over their shoulders in one shot. We found it, we know which one it is. Just getting down to look at it is gonna be a little tough, but we're gonna try to check that out. So this is what is built on the location. That was the lot. You can see over there the buildings in the background. We were filming from more the actual area where they were, but this is all the stuff that is now in the place of the big lot where the guy gets burned up. So as we're venturing to find the spot with the overpasses, we see that you can actually see under the buildings here. And look, this is where the lot would have been. This would have been the lot. How crazy is that? This is it. This is it down here.
Absolutely.
This is crazy. I'm sure we can't get under there. It'd be cool to be able to walk around down there, but I'm sure this is completely off limits. I don't know if they're gonna actually build something down here. You think they probably will because it's wasted space, but this is it, man. This is the friggin' lot. Did not expect that. That is so nuts. I mean, I think literally right here somewhere is where the bonfire was. That is crazy, because right up here is going to be that overpass shot. This was a bitch to get down here, by the way. Finding this was not easy. But we did it. We persevered. You don't come all the way from the United States, from California, to friggin' London, England, to not succeed. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So now I'm gonna get this angle just right and nail this. Put this baby to bed.
I literally walked about another 15 to 20 feet, stopped, and started to line up the shot when a security guard came out and said I couldn't film anymore. I pleaded with the guy. He seemed somewhat sympathetic, but said he was being watched by his bosses and was sent out to stop us. It seemed like a public area, but they were freaked out by us filming, I guess. Anyway, my buddy starts talking to him and distracting him as we're walking back, and I just grabbed the shot real quick because I'm not coming all this way to not get it.
This is the shot right here. We're being thrown out. I'm getting it anyway because I don't give a shit. This is all pretty much it as well, you know, this whole area. So, oh, they turned the light on. Sweet. So this is it. This is where it happened. How rad is that? This is it. They turned the lights on for us. Thank you. They're throwing us out, but they turned the lights on for us. That's awesome. So what happened is we were about to get the shot from down there, which there's no signs that say you can't be down there. In fact, there's even walkways it has for people. But anyway, we were getting trouble trying to get the shot. He wouldn't let us take a picture of this, which is ridiculous. But as you can see, I got it.
So here we are at the final location from Hellraiser. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Gotta go jump on that right now to get to it.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Hellraiser!